think will be above the rim?
This is going to be fantastic. I hope we get out into some fast breaks where these guys have an opportunity to get their feet together, rise up, and get the fan. Not only them getting up, Kevin, but the fans getting up out of their seats.
You and I will be getting up, though. We'll be standing up.
You for sure will be up.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Barton trying to get open. Murray, no good. Beverley against Murray. Good.
That's all about balance there. You focus on the rim no matter what's happening around you, and Patrick Beverley knocks one down.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Mike Malone. In reviewing this matchup, he said, "I'm not sure Kawhi Leonard gets the credit he deserves as an offensive player. He can hurt you so many ways." Well, Kevin, we saw that last year in the finals. It will take a team-wide effort to limit his impact.
All right, thank you, David. Now here's Murray. Paul George unable to get his shot to go.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
And he's good on the second. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And the dunk by Zubac.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Now here's Murray. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
As passing another high point in that game, he made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
Out to Harris. 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by the Clippers. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Not a close contest either. The last time they got together, everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
Well, the second unit came in last game and just played lights-out basketball. I'm sure they'd like to do that again.
Now here's Murray. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. The Nuggets with another miss.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Millsap against Morris. Leonard the pass to Zubac. Shot from 12.
Nice job on the contest from Barton there. Closing the open look at the hoop quickly with that long reach.
And so it's Los Angeles heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers. Guys?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
So for the Clippers right now, we've got Green, Lou Williams out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Montrezl Harrell, and it's Shamet in at the small forward.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
Here's Williams. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Williams has got the lead back up to 7 now for the Clippers. And Morris has got the ball here for the Denver Nuggets. The dish to Porter. And he uses the glass on the layup. Porter's got 4 points this quarter. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
Porter against Jackson. Porter, no luck.
Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Harrell up top. 14 points from him the last game against Golden State. And good that time. Williams has got the lead up to 7 outs for Los Angeles.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Porter with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Morris trying to free himself up. That one goes in. And it's 6 points for Michael Porter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Here's Williams. Feeds to Harrell. On the wing, Green. His three-pointers off the mark. The Nuggets have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Denver. Jokic comes in for Plumlee, and it's Jamal Murray in for Monte Morris. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Clippers. Here's Craig. The Nuggets with another miss. Clippers leading by 5. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Leonard, that's for 2. Rebound by Murray.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Leonard kicks to Shamet from downtown. Fires the 3, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. The Clippers on top, up by 5. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the...
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in... One guy who's been getting it done is Michael Porter.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Millsap and Jokic, the big men. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. And it's Barton in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half. The Nuggets trail by 5. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won 6th Man of the Year for the 3rd time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Back to Millsap.
And how about the transition from Paul Millsap, going away from that star role to being more of a role player here in his later years? No longer needed to carry the torch, if you will, in terms of scoring and rebounding, but he can still give you just a bit of everything else at this stage.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Montrezl Harrell comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in for Leonard. George with the bucket.
Well, Paul George concentrating through the contact and making sure he had a shooting window open.
And with Millsap, you can just see him contribute in so many ways.
I mean, a great passer for his position and also very unselfish with his offense. Still a plus defender with how often he is giving up size on the inside.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for Reggie Jackson. Getting around 12 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Morris is checked in for Gary Harris. Williams, he's checked in for the Clippers.
And the Nuggets franchise still looking for their first trip to the NBA Finals.
How about the franchise making the ABA Finals back in 1976? So it's been quite elusive here in the mountains to get the finals back to Denver. 40 years ago, still looking for that trip.
Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Harrell the pass to George. A 3-ball. And again, it's the Clippers missing. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Jackson against Barton. Now the pass to Jokic. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jokic has got his second bucket tonight.
Well, Will Barton always going full speed. That time finds a bullet pass to a teammate.
Jackson in the corner. And George kicks to Morris. Harrell the pass to Morris. George with the ball. Shoots over Barton. It's off. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Clippers lead by 4. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So for the Clippers right now, Shamet and Leonard are on the wing. Morris is out there with Montrezl Harrell, and it's Williams at point guard.
I like that penetration there. Murray getting to the cup with great quickness.
And so Murray nails both of them.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
The Nuggets trail. Porter with it. Leonard picks him up. Inside. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Porter.
And after all that time, finally, they've been able to tie it up here in the fourth quarter. What a comeback and what a finish we have in store.
It's amazing to think of what they've done here, being behind so long. Now they have a legitimate chance to win this thing.
Leonard the pass to Williams. And Williams with the stuff.
Pretty good at coming up with steals. Last year, Lou Williams averaged 1.1 a game. That's a pretty good strength when you got that kind of speed.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for Denver. A 2-point game. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
He is a great leaper for his size and gets off the floor so quickly, sneaks behind the defense for that alley-oop.
Williams against Murray. And Leonard has it in the corner. There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter.
Good scorers have that ability. When Leonard gets that deep, it's usually a bucket, a trip to the free throw line, or both.
First free throw is good, and that gives them the lead. Paul Millsap is checked in for Denver. Gary Harris comes in for Torrey Craig. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Harrell, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Murray surveying the D. And the turnover again by Denver.
Yeah, unfortunately, just poor execution there. You cannot give the ball away at this point in the game.
George is checked in for Landry Shamet. Beverly the pass to George. And he comes up with the deuce. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Go ahead and lead him, Paul George. Stepping up, a huge shot at this moment in the game.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They trail by 4. 1:14 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys, well, Mike Malone talked to his team during that last timeout, and even though they're down, he was confident. He said, look, guys, I've got all the confidence in the world in you. We've been down this road before. You know what we need to do. Kevin, let's see if they can overcome this deficit.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Off target from outside.
Can't waste any time here.
Well, it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive.
Leonard brings the double team. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here are the Nuggets now. Millsap finds Barton. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 5 to shoot. Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Morris. And Morris throws it down.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're down by 6. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
There's still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, act fast, but without mistakes.
And here's Harris from the arc. And again, Denver no good. From deep, George misses the shot. And so Los Angeles takes the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.